Welcome, nature detectives. I'm Conrad. I'm an outdoor educator with the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation at Letchworth State Park, and today I have a nature mystery for you. I'm of course talking about these beautiful, brilliant purple flowers that are carpeting the forest floor right here. I think we can use some nature tools to figure out what kind of plants these are and how they help us every single day. We'll use just one nature tool to do that, and that's our eyes. So we got to talk about the beautiful, deep, rich purple color in these flowers. But looking a little bit more closely, they're not just purple. If you look especially on that bottom petal, look at those streaks of dark in there. And then you see how it's kind of whitish pale, and oh man, there's even a little bit of yellow in there. These flowers are really complex and have a lot of different colors folded in, but a lot of those different colors are in towards the center. The outer parts of the petals are deep, rich, vibrant purple. Looking more closely at those petals, we see another nature clue. Can you count how many of them there are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which brings us to our third and final nature clue. Do you notice that not all 5 of those petals all look the same? Some of them are a little bit longer than others. There are 5 of them, and one of them points down towards the ground, and that petal pointing down is just a little bit shorter. The other 4 are a little bit longer than that bottom petal. That's a really important nature clue. And if we put all those nature clues together, we have a 5-petaled flower with the bottom petal being just a little bit shorter than the others. It looks like it's brilliant purple, and if we look closer, it has some yellows and dark streaks and even a little bit of white in the middle there. These must be violets. Violets are a beautiful addition to the colorful forest floor at this time of year. These violets are beautiful plants, but they're also some of the best connected plants in the whole forest. They have lots of different relationships with animals. And not just big animals like deer and rabbits, but also very small animals. Keep in mind that most of the animals in the forest are insects. These insects can live and prosper among the violets for all different kinds of reasons. Of course, the biggest reason that insects love violets is because some kinds of caterpillars love to eat violet leaves. In fact, some kinds of caterpillars have to eat violet leaves to survive. Just like a monarch caterpillar has to eat milkweed to live, there are certain kinds of caterpillars, like fritillary butterflies, that have to eat the leaves of violet plants to survive. There are some other kinds of caterpillars that don't necessarily have to eat violet leaves, but they like to. These are some kinds of moths, like giant leopard moths, which look really, really awesome with those big spots. They're also a pretty big moth. There are all kinds of insects that pollinate these flowers. They enjoy the delicious nectar that they give. Right now I see some ants crawling on there. There's even a bee fly that I see going in there, kind of a fly that looks like a bee. And real bees and real wasps like to feed from these flowers too. They're a really important early nectar source for these kinds of pollinators, helps to keep their populations high and well fed. And later in the year, as our food crops, our fruits and veggies start to take off and flower, these same pollinators will then pollinate our fruits and veggies and benefit us humans too. Then, when it comes time for these violets to have babies and spread their seeds, they make a deal with one last group of insects, the ants. Violets, certain kinds of violets, not all of them, but certain kinds of violets will cover their seeds in a delicious outer coating that ants absolutely love. The ants will go and find those seeds and pick them up and carry them away because they have some delicious food. And they eat all the outer coating of the seed, and they say, well, this is garbage, and throw away the seed. And that seed has been transported away from the parent plant and will sprout and grow into a new violet. What a cool life cycle. It benefits all kinds of animals through the forest and benefits us humans. Speaking of us humans, we absolutely love to see violets in our gardens and in different kinds of displays, especially in big cities with flower pots and things. They're a small plant with big color that they show off. In fact, if you want to go have an adventure, go try to find some violets in your neighborhood. You might not find them all with this purple color, though. You might see some that are special mix of different kinds of colors. There are orange ones and ones with stripes of black. A lot of those ones that you'll see, especially in cities and towns, they have been crossed in greenhouses by us humans, usually when violets have been crossed and bred with each other specifically for special colors. A lot of plant scientists and plant people will call those pansies instead of violets. Same plant, but because they've been bred so much, they get a slightly different name. If you really want to put your nature detective skills to the test, come try to find some violets in Letchworth State Park. Now, you're not going to find them at the big overlooks. You're going to have to get a little bit further into the woods and look in some shady areas by some big trees, maybe where the sun comes dappling through the canopy, the tops of the trees, and shines on the forest floor and lets these plants to grow and prosper and benefit so many animals in the forest and benefit us. Well, thank you so much for joining me for today's Nature Mystery. If you have any questions about violets, please put a comment in the comment section below the video. Share this video with your friends to put their nature detective skills to the test. And as always, like Letchworth State Park's Facebook page to stay tuned for more nature mysteries.